Fuzion.
Welcome to DPMF Live. Now meet our hosts.
Good evening. It's 8 o'clock. It's Sunday night. It's DPMF Live. Back with another fat one. It's the 16th of February. As ever, my panel, Wicked Wesley, Live Free, and Dan the Man. We're back bringing you the latest on the XRPL. And tonight, we're doing a deep dive on BuildXRP, which will be quite an interesting one. Live Free has sourced these fine projects. If you are a project out there and you want to get on this space, please DM Live Free or anyone on the panel, and then perhaps we can get you on. Dan, fill us in on the markets.
So I'll quickly run through the markets. So ranked at number one, Bitcoin is under $100,000, so it's in at $97,037. Pretty steady over the past 7 days, barely a percent moved. Ranked at number two is Ethereum, sitting at $2,682, which is up 2% on the 7 day. Our XRP is currently sitting at $2.73, which is up 13.6% on the 7 day. Ranked at number four is Tether. Ranked at number five, BNB, $676, which is up just under 10% on the 7 day. Ranked at number six is Solana, which is at $199, which is down 5% on the 7 day. It's the only one in the top six that is actually down on the 7 day. Ranked at number seven is USDC. Number eight, we've got Dogecoin sitting at 26 cents, which is up 6% on the 7 day. Cardano, which comes steaming in over the past few months, obviously with the news working with the presidency in the US. They're sitting at, ranked number nine, and they're at 77 cents, and they're up 13% on the 7 day. And then ranked at number 10, we have Tron, which is at 24 cents, just under 3% on the 7 day.
Awesome, Dan. Thank you very much. Now, if you'd like to hear more of us, we are on our YouTube channel. Obviously the spaces are recorded, so you can go back and listen to the very start if you want to. That would be fantastic. And I don't know about you guys, but I listened to the last episode on the YouTube channel, and in the shower I was singing all the money. Were you doing that? Because it was just, or is it just me?
That definitely was just you, and I'm glad it was both you by yourself in the shower.
Mate, Raylene has done a smashing job on that one. It's awesome. I love that tune. It's wicked.
It was, it was a bloody good video, actually. It was quite funny. But yeah, I wasn't singing about that in the shower.
Okay, I might, on the way to work or whatever. Not necessarily in the shower, but
no, you can't change your tune now. You spilled it. That's it. It must be the truth.
You're going down Wes's road now.
It was just such a wicked little tune. I don't know where she got that.
I was in the shower with him, and I didn't like the song that he was singing, mate. I didn't like the way he was singing it, to be honest.
Didn't he do it for you, Wes? Why not?
Tell us, was he dropping the soap a lot or what?
he was trying. Well, I'm not scrubbing his back again, no way. But yeah, no, she absolutely did make an absolute sterling job.
Anyway, tonight's show is brought to you by Fuzion-XIO, the baddest and the best place to mint your NFTs. I have actually validated big balls yesterday. Big balls. You're now validated. Thank you.
Always good. Always
good to validate the big balls.
Always good.
Last week, I think someone's taking a piss out of me because last week it was Wonder Woman. Now it's big balls. They've been validated.
You do know Wonder Woman is arty, don't you?
I know. I'm only playing around. I know.
He likes playing around with big balls.
I guarantee. I can definitely validate big balls. All right. Anyway, if you'd like to join in tonight's chat, please put some comments on the comment box. If you want to get brave enough to come up and dance with the four amigos, you can always come up and have a chat with us. We love a bit of interaction from the community. And so we get on with the show for tonight. So BuildXRP, I think it's Matt. Can you open up your mic, my friend? Welcome to the space.
I tell you what, you are blessed. That's the first time he's ever got a name right. This is going to be a great show. This is going to be a cracker.
Well, that's it, Wes. That's it. That's because you didn't set me up, give me the wrong name. That's what it is.
It's good to hear so many Brits in the room as well.
Oh, wow. Matt, where are you from?
I couldn't even tell. Matt,
I'm down in Devon.
Devon! Oh, surfer.
Yeah.
Do you surf?
No, do I? No. No chance.
Okay, then.
Jeez, I barely swim. So.
Do you surf? Oh, mate.
Brilliant.
I'm ex-Air Force, so I'm kind of... I didn't want to go in the Navy, so I joined the Air Force.
So you definitely don't like the water, then, do you?
No, man. No. Stay well out of that.
So, BuildXRP, Matt, tell us all about your project. What is it you're trying to do?
Okay, so BuildX was a happy accident. I was coming over from Seoul. I was sick of getting rugs left, right and centre. So I came onto XRP, not realising there was such a vast ecosystem. I stumbled across XP Market, and I noticed that they've got a meme token creation on there. So I decided to go and do it. I had 100 XRP in my wallet, so I thought I'd go and set up BuildX. That created the token. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was going to kind of blow up like it did. And then people started buying it. And the way XP Market is set up is 24-hour vesting period. And then they release 400 million tokens to their holders of the XPM token. So what happened at that 24th hour is everybody decided to dump the BuildX that had just been airdropped, and I was sat there panicking. So I started building more and more stuff to try and get the price going up higher. Within about 30 days, we hit 1.6 million market cap. I've generated a wallet maker, a snapshot tool, airdropping system. I've got a bubble bot in the making for analytics. I've got a full analytics platform that gives details on wallets and information, so people can deep dive into wallets and transactions. I'm just trying to offer services to other projects to enable them to be able to give a better service to their customers and actually be aware of
Matt, can I jump in for a second while on topic?
Sure, man.
Good to meet you, by the way, Matt. And I just want to say, I know Live Free rushed you in today because we was, for everyone else, we was meant to have another guest, which was Vertex. I know he plucked your ears and gave you short notice. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for coming on the short notice, because it's probably quite nerve-wracking to go, oh shit, is that tomorrow? So thank you very much, Matt. Much appreciated. And from another perspective, I wanted to ask, and I suppose I mean this in quite a polite way, so I'll try and say it where I'm not trying to sound offensive. In terms of token price, why did it bother you that it went down? So yeah, what I mean is, so after you had the airdrop, is it because you are solely reliant on token funding, where you're like, shit, this could be painful, or was it you was just worried about the perception of what the outside would be looking in?
It was the sentiment of others that I was more worried about. wanting to please. That's the type of nature that I am. I want to try and please everyone, keep everyone happy. I announced that I was going to airdrop my 400 million tokens I had to everybody on Christmas Day, because I wanted to just give back and give people something. But the community decided to put a kibosh on that, saying that, which is exactly right, that there would be too much sell pressure. People wanted to dump it. So we decided to kind of pivot, and I done 50 million airdrop on Christmas Day, and it actually got delivered on Christmas Day.
Let me add some perception into you to cheer you up, so you don't feel so bad.
I know, I'm fine.
When
Yes. I'm just a developer.
Got you.
Think about it.
I got you.
That way.
So whenever anyone sells anything, generally they sell it in profit anyway. So a lot of people would have been quite happy being involved in what you're doing. You know, shit bust. If you got an asset, you know, that has a use case where it's transacted in a form of doing something or holding something, which I'm sure you'll come into in a bit, which will sound really good. Then the whole reason of owning that asset, sometimes the whole point of the value is disregarded into what it is in terms of fiat currency. So you'll have different types of people involved in what you do. You'll have people who are invested, who are only looking to make more fiat currency, or you'll have people who are buying the asset to use it for the functionality that you provide. So with that, I actually wouldn't be too worried about the whole decrease in price, because it makes people like me and a few of the panel here quite happy to have a little dip and a buy into stuff like that. That opportunity would not arise if these occasions didn't happen. So yeah, I wouldn't dwell too much on the outside looking in on the when it comes to price, because it sounds like you've got a very good product coming, which I'll shut up now and let you talk about.
Thank you, man. I'm not fixated on the price. It was more the coming in and not knowing how XP market worked. It was to see it kind of pan out at the 24th hour, where it just literally, if you go back and look at the chart, it's actually quite fascinating to look at how it dropped, and then it was just on a steady trajectory up to hit the 1.6. We've actually retraced quite a lot. We're sitting around about 400,000 at the minute, so it is pulled back quite a lot. The price doesn't bother me. I've got 6 wallets that have got 275 million in it, sat on our website, clear as day. You can see what's in every wallet, full transparency. I'm building regardless of whether the price is at 100 million or 10,000. It's happening. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I'm building tools for project owners to enable to make their lives easier, and that's working for me. I've built 6 websites since I've started. All of that's gone into a rev share, which is sat about 700 XRP at the minute, that would be distributed when it hits 1,000 XRP. I've built snapshot tools to enable people to not have to go and look for devs. They can just go and do the snapshots themselves and actually see what their distribution and their hold accounts are all sat at. So they aren't relying on trying to look through explorers or going to a dev and getting the dev to charge them 10, 20, 30 XRP to give them what their distribution is. I'm just trying to make people's lives easier, really.
So you've got an airdrop platform, I think, is that right? Did I read that right? You're bringing in a new form of airdropping.
So I'm airdropping. I'm doing an airdrop at the minute for XRP Patriots, or XR Patriots. So they've got 500 wallets getting distributed to right now as we speak. So I do a manual back-end airdrop, and then I'm building the platform to enable anyone with a wallet and a token to come along and airdrop to anyone that's got a trust line set up for the token.
And do you do that through your own node as well? Are you running a node on the XRPL?
No, I'm not currently running a node. I'm using Quick Nodes for mine. I wanted to start going into running a node, but it's a little bit too above my head on that. I'm really close with First Ledger and Adam, so I'll be speaking to them about seeing what we can do, because they're bringing out an arm of their project that does all the nodes and everything.
Now, Matt, I ask this question to every project that comes on, and I won't apologise for asking it. But basically, why did you choose the XRPL to put your project on, as opposed to any other chains, like Ethereum or Solana, etc.?
I'll be honest with you, it's been a freaking nightmare being on XRP. It's been such a steep learning curve. Having to overcome the trust lines, the way that the hex coding for the token names, and having to deal with all of that before you've even started doing anything.
I take it you haven't,
on the chain.
I take it you haven't dived into the AMM pairs yet either.
Oh yeah, we do. I deal with all of that now. That's been an absolute ball ache as well.
That was where I was going with it, Matt.
Yeah. It's definitely been frustrating. But like I said, and I reinforce it, I've enjoyed it. The community is absolutely spectacular. The way they pull together. They're all about helping, all about giving support, as opposed to being all stuck up and, well, if you don't know how to do it, then sod you sort of attitude, like you get in other chains. It's been a blessing.
So you mentioned you were a developer, but where did you learn how to develop? Did you teach yourself, or was it something you've been sort of paid to do and learn, etc.?
So there's a bit of a backstory to it. As I said earlier, I'm ex-Air Force. I was a chef in the Air Force for 7 years, and I've been a chef for 23 years in total. Me and my wife used to run a hotel in Devon, just off the A30. COVID hit, and it just decimated the business. As COVID was hitting, I was just getting into Doge, crypto as a whole. I moved from Doge over to Solana. Got involved in Solana through moderating projects. I then decided to start my own project up. I got rugged several times, so I built a project around being rugged, and I built a full ecosystem of taking rugged projects on. So this was the time, I don't know if you remember, the meta with the gaming. So it was like the coin flips, like the spin wheels, digging coin flip and all that sort of stuff. It was around that meta time, so there was a lot of projects setting up, creating these games, and then rugging everybody. So I put them all under one umbrella and created a whole new ecosystem around it. Then I got diagnosed with Parkinson's about 3 years ago. So it's just back end of COVID, like lockdowns and everything. I got taken into hospital, and then I ended up getting my project rugged from me. So the people who had left running it while I was trying to recoup decided to then start sprouting off and doing their own stuff, and then dragging people over with them. And obviously I wasn't there to fight my corner. So that's when I started doing development. So basically I learned about 2.5, 3 years ago to start doing it. Long story short.
Wow. I mean, that is quite a story. I do apologise about all that. I mean, that's...
No, there's nothing to apologise about.
That's hard shit, man.
It's life, isn't it? It's those curveballs, so you just... It's the way you deal with them that counts.
Absolutely. And what you're doing now, I think that's quite commendable. You know, you're trying to do good, you're trying to help people. So going back to your project then, what are you actually trying to achieve? If I was to read like a mission statement or or an introduction to your project, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to make the onboarding process to XRPL a little bit easier for people. So you take the wallet creation tool that I created. It allows anyone that can send from an exchange on the XRP network to an XRP address. It allows them to create a wallet, get the seed phrase, get the wallet address, and set up a trust line all in one fluid motion, which then onboards them. So I'm wanting to bring that onboarding to the chain, and make sure that when they're here, they're actually safe and they feel safe. That's the most important thing.
Awesome.
So I'm sorry, Paul, is your airdrop tool do you need to go through you to use it, or can any project use it without your permission? Is it decentralized, or does it have to go through you?
Currently, it's centralized in the fact you come to me at the moment and say, I'm so-and-so project, I want to airdrop X amount to X amount of wallets, and I do it, and I do it all through the back end, but the front end will be decentralized in the fact that anyone who's got a token in an XRP wallet can airdrop to anybody that's got a trust line for that said token. So you don't need to be the dev, you don't need to be the creator, the founder, but anybody can do it. And it seems a little bit inappropriate that anybody can do it, because people sit there and think, well, if I've got an asset, I want to keep it, I don't want to give it out. But you do have a lot of projects that have got big whales in there that want to manage the distribution and send it out and kind of give back, but from a third person's perspective as opposed to direct from the project owner.
You're actually right there, Matt. I've actually seen it a few times, so your perception is actually correct. Sometimes there are third parties who aren't the source, who are interested in distributing, but also to assist in broadcasting it as well. And airdrops, for those, you might have been on Solana in 2021, they were like key to broadcasting. The XRPL was going a step further with additional assets, and it went bananas. You know, people were very interested, and if there was third parties involved in projects who wanted to use your tool, it would be quite assistive. So it's quite good what you're doing in that view.
Yeah, this is where the barrier to entry comes in, because obviously you can only receive a token if you've got a trust line set up for that token. So that's where it's had to be curtailed somewhat in what I've been trying to do. So there is a third part to what I'm building, and that's an ability to be able to come and set an escrow up for any future airdrops coming. So you'll be able to go to a site, you'll be able to sign up and say, right, I'm happy to receive any airdrop from any project, and then you get a notification that there's an airdrop coming out in 2-3 days, and you just go and click and it signs your trust line up, and then you're all set up, and then you just go back to claim it.
Sorry, there's a bit of feedback. This is episode 57. This is a recorded space. If you want to go and listen to the very beginning, you can do. It will also be gone on our YouTube channel, which is absolutely amazing. I have to, be a bit biased on that one. But Matt, I can find out more about your project from Telegram, on your website, and obviously your X account. But is there anything else going on the ecosystem that I need to be aware of about what you're doing?
There's quite a lot going on in the ecosystem. You've got some amazing projects. You've got Dom in the room, just down there, Dom Merch. He is bridging Web 2 and Web 3 for being able to get merch out to people, which is absolutely fantastic. Project pays an onboarding fee. They get all of their designs set up for them, and then it allows for their users to then come along and purchase it. It gets dropped to the customer's door, which is absolutely spectacular, the fact that he's going out of his way to do that. There's some other major plays going on with like Ooga Booga. They're bringing in tokenomics that are just blowing your mind at the minute, being a bit different.
Cool, but more specifically, what about your project? What are you going to be doing in the next 3-4 months, 6 months? Else can change with BuildX?
To be honest with you, mate, I'm a free spirit. I'll just kind of do whatever I feel like doing. I know that sounds probably crap from a business perspective, but after owning a hotel for so many years and being in the military and being bossed about, I just want to do stuff that's fun for me. And I want to be able to wake up in the morning and just think, fuck it, today I'm going to build a snapshot tool, or tomorrow I'm going to build X, Y, and Z. What's adding value I've got, other than the people who bought into the token, who are expecting to see returns and such like, I've got nothing else controlling me or telling me what to do and where to go. It's been a blessing.
Awesome. So are you, have you been listening to the shows previously? Do you know about our platform?
I'll be honest, I don't. First time live, said something about it. but I will definitely be tuning in and listening to more in the future.
You need to, Matt. You need to, because there's some little spices of information that will come along very shortly. But what have you found most challenging as setting up a project? What have you found most challenging?
I think at the minute it's the volume in the space, especially XRP. The sentiment's a little bit. It's like peaks and troughs. Some days you see the ecstaticness of people so happy about being here, and then other days it's just like doom and gloom. And I think it's dealing with that side of it, because you don't want to be too blasé about it, like cheer the fuck up, like everything will be alright, but then you don't want to be doom and gloom yourself. So it's just kind of finding that happy medium. XRP's been through the mill with the court case and everything like that, and the ecosystem's there, and I think it's ready to kind of pop.
Absolutely. Most XRP holders have been sort of really through the mill for sure. Is there anything that's going to develop for the token itself that you're developing? Are you going to add any sort of utility to the token itself?
Oh yeah, there's token with it. So you need to hold, to use the snapshot tool, you need to have 10,000 BuildX, which is around about 1 XRP's worth at current. The BuildX holders get the rev share, and the rev share is generated from all web development, any bot development, any income from airdrops. Like I say, it's sat around about 700 XRP at the minute. You can see it on our website, BuildXRP.com. It's the BuildX main wallet, so you can actually track what rev share is coming in. So the token has got huge utility, and it's going to be pivotal in future work that we do. But at this point, it's just all talk, isn't it? People need to see it.
How often is this share for token holders? Is it paid in BuildX or is it paid in XRP?
It's paid in XRP, and it's a hard one to call, because obviously it needs to be a meaningful amount going out. It's to anyone who's holding 1% of BuildX, which is 10 million currently, 10 million BuildX. So I've just said that this first batch will be 1,000 XRP. Obviously it depends on how quick the work comes in, how many airdrops we run, and other revenue streams coming in, how quick it builds up as to how often we do the rev share. Yeah, go on.
I'm sorry. So you said the minimum hold is 10 million BuildX for you to be a part of this sharing or drop. Is that correct?
Yes.
10 million. Okay.
It's quite. I think it's about 2,000 XRPs worth of BuildX.
That definitely is a lot of investment. But okay, I mean, you got your reasons.
I'm just wondering, are you fully diluted as well, or could that figure change to 1% if you've got more tokens to release?
I was going to leave it at the 1% indefinitely, because we've only got 1 billion supply. So I think 10 million is a good. We don't want it to be diluted too much, and we want people to try and build up to it to get the 10 million instead of coming in at one hit. I had an experience with XTR. I don't know if you're familiar with their airdrop system, but I needed to have 1 million XTR tokens, and it cost me like 14 grand to get. And I was buying every day. I was trying to do whatever I could to get up to it and to get into the club, to get the airdrops. And that's where we obviously want people to be able to get into it, to actually want to be involved in the 1% club and have the skin in the game to get rewarded.
Matt, going back to you, my friend, what else is there going to be happening in the next 6 months or 3 months for your project?
So we're going to have the airdrop retail version getting launched soon, so that enables anyone to do their airdrops. We are building I am building a staff payment system that will be able to pay staff members of projects, and it will check their Twitter activity and their Telegram activity, and then determine what percentage they get in compensation for the work that they've been putting in. So they'll start off with a base salary, say 30 XRP a week. If they've been active on Twitter and Telegram, then that could be an extra 20 XRP a week on top of that, which then the user can come along and claim. They can either get it as XRP or get it as the native token of the project, depending on whether it gives the project owner the idea of where the staff members are in the loyalty aspect of it, as to whether they're taking out the XRP or whether they're taking the token and they're seeing the value in the token, so on and so forth.
I'm going to stop you just a little bit. On that one, I don't want to lose the question on that particular subject. So, your app or program, whatever, is going to see the activity of your staff. Is it going to be able to realize that they're actually talking about the project itself, or is it just activity, and they could be tweeting about, who knows, something else?
I can give too much away by saying this, but on the Telegram side, it would be activity within the group, and on the X side, it would be activity with keywords getting pulled. So whether it's based on a few factors. There's keywords being pulled, so whether it's got BuildX in there, for argument's sake, or whatever the token is, whether it's been in response to a comment that's been about BuildX or whatever the project is. There's a few factors involved into it, what it looks at and the data that it grabs to determine the algorithm.
Cool, thank you.
Matt, can I ask a quick question? Sorry, Palace, you're about to jump in. I just wanted to ask, while I got you on, the logo you have is very interesting. Do you have a story behind that?
No, not really. It was a member of the community got involved quite early on, and he was a really avid supporter, and he tried to build up the project with me, and he got his brother to design the logo and the graphics, because as I said, it was a happy accident how BuildX came about. I had no logo, I had no design or concept of a design or anything, and that's how the logo came of. At the time I loved it, I'm not too keen on it now, but that's a second thought for me at the minute. I just want to get the projects built, and get them shipped out, and then obviously I can then go back and change the brand at a later date.
Okay, cool. Thank you, mate.
So, Matt and BuildX, what we want to do now is we ask a question of every show. We will ask a question of every project that comes onto the show that we can put to the next week's project. You don't know who they are, but we do. Wes, are you ready with your pen and paper? We want you to think of a question that we can put to the next project, and Wes has got the question from last week. Go for it, Wes.
Yes, I have. It's from ATM. All the money.
All the money. All the money.
Don't start getting wet there, Palace, all right?
And it's quite a personal question, but it's, do you have any children, and did they interfere with the ability to conduct yourself on the XRPL or within the project or building your project?
No, that wasn't the question. The question from ATM was, is your project and the amount of time that you invest in your project interfering with your family time and your ability to be with your children? That was the question.
You literally just got community noted by Live Free, Wes.
Well, I stand corrected then, Live Free.
Yes, it has impacted my family life and my ability to spend time with my sons. But I have included my son in quite a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, to the point where he actually comes and sits on my lap at the computer. He's only 6. He comes and sits on my lap at the computer and he watches me code, and I talk him through what I'm doing. I've just done the Big Balls website, and he sits there and he plays throwing the balls on the screen, and I'm happy that that's happening. But obviously,
So actually, in a way, it's brought you together. It's actually made you bond a little bit by doing those tasks.
It's probably it's a wrong assumption, because
I've got a feeling the missus might be involved here. He's just not saying it.
No, she's not here.
I was going to say, you got to hide in the closet like Wesley did.
I do.
I know the feeling.
where possible.
If you want to spend time on the ledger, you've got to spend time with the kids as well. We have to offset it. It's all about the offset, offsetting your carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Matt, Wes is currently in a cupboard in his house because his missus doesn't let him sit in a normal room while he's on these spaces. He's literally in a cupboard under the stairs.
I'll tell you what, and it's my most favourite bloody place. You're just all envious.
No, it's been great having him around, but yes, I would like to spend more time with him and be able to do more stuff. He loves Roblox. He plays with Roblox all the time, and I try to play with him. A 40-year-old man trying to play Roblox is hilarious. So I try and play Roblox with him as much as I possibly can. It's like I was playing just before the space tonight. And he's kicking my ass on games and all sorts, and he's proper coming along. It's amazing to see. And he sees when BuildX comes up on the screen, and he notices the logo, he notices the brand, and he knows it's mine and everything, and I love that.
So, in a way, are you building something for him as well?
Not directly. I would say indirectly for legacy, yes. Yeah, I am actually... I've been thinking about it for a few years now, about building a will system that basically gets passed down. So when somebody's been involved on the blockchain, whether it be from a developer point of view or from a holder of a token, you go through like a will system, so everything is logged and kept safe. And at the time of your death, then all of your credentials are passed on to the family member. Obviously that's a very, very long back burner sort of idea, but I would like to create something like that.
Is that something that's like a PDF NFT, as in a will on a PDF?
Not so much as a will. It's more the credentials of it being passed on. So it would go to be like in an escrow sort of system, that you'd go and speak to a lawyer of sorts. You sign over the keys. They can't see what's actually on the content of it. But when your death happens, that's the sticking point. Trying to figure out how to actually prove you're dead. Because obviously, without being dead, I'm not too sure how I can actually prove. I
think there's a what are they called? Live Free. You'll know them. There's is it Shay? SHA? What? Who is it? They have a dead hand switch, so you have to do something over a periodic amount of time, and if you do not sign, it would mean that you're technically not, on planet Earth. Correct me if I'm wrong. Live Free. We talked about it.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's the token is SHA. SHA. Geez, I'm trying to remember the name of the project. It's very famous project. I can't remember. Hold on, I'll get it.
I was on the same boat. It's Safe Haven. That's who it is. It's just come to mind.
Yes, Safe Haven. Safe Haven with the token SHA.
But it makes perfect sense, doesn't it, for the blockchain as well, because the blockchain is immutable. You've got keys that are your personal priority, that you have personal control over. So it goes hand in hand. I'm surprised that it's not really taken off a bit more yet. The power of attorney or the funeral care of somebody.
Do you know what? I can tell you that. I can tell you that exactly why it hasn't taken off that kind of technology is because on the mainstream, the only thing that ever comes out on the news about blockchain or crypto is generally that it's money laundering or some sort of scam. So that would be why the mainstream of the world aren't even looking at it on a business perspective, because the concept of crypto is only to use the asset as a tradable asset. So now's actually the perfect time for like Matt to actually build stuff out like this, because that perception will gradually change. And when that comes in, people will come flooding in to go, what can I do in this ecosystem? They're like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And then it will just start accelerating, you know. But for now, it's quiet. And it's quiet because the main world is not aware that cryptocurrency is more than just a tradable asset on a chart. But it can be so much more.
Yeah, people still feel it's illicit, don't they? That you can go and get drugs and guns and also buy pizzas with it. They don't think you're on the nose.
It's crazy as well, because it's the easiest way to get those things that you're scared of is with fiat currency.
Oh yeah, cash is the biggest, the worst of it all. You know, the money laundering that goes on with cash is through the roof. You don't see that on the news, do you? You don't see that at all coming up. In fact, blockchain is actually, well, most blockchains are public and transparent. So the second someone transacts, if they're wash trading of some sort, they only have to transfer onto an exchange and the authorities can pick up who that is straight away. You couldn't have a more efficient system of tracking funds.
I can't remember the last time I held cash.
No, I can't as well, to be honest. But you can see all around you, all the haircut shops everywhere, that's just cash only. And like Dan was saying, you know, this is public. Most of them are public, or the ones you want to deal with are public. It's totally there for everyone to see. And just how quickly people get called out as well. If in this environment, when you're using the blockchain, if someone is acting nefariously, it's very easy to call them out and to prove it and beyond the shadow of a doubt and say, yes, you know, you're all wrong. But in the real world, with fiat currency, that's almost bloody impossible.
It is. With a closed ledger of the bank, it's actually no... So you could almost say the community on a blockchain can almost police a network if something goes wrong, because it only takes one of however many people on that network to actually look at the ledger. If they find something evidential, they can just post it on social media, job done. You can't do that with the bank. And that's why, I know you guys specifically have heard me over the years say banks are not interested in public ledgers. They're just not. They'll use ledgers. They'll use blockchain ledgers in a different way. But it's that efficient where you can have people involved in that network almost police it to warn people, hang on, look, this wallet address is dangerous. They've been involved in issuing a load of assets. They've issued this, they've issued that. They've got a very bad vibe. You can have anyone say that you can have anyone say that who's researched the network looking for a malicious activity, but you can't do that with the bank. And the reason being is because the bank does conduct nefarious activity, which I'm sure most people in here are aware.
Absolutely. So, Matt, coming back to you, my friend, have you got our question for the next project next week?
Yes. What would you do differently if you had your time again?
Ooh. While Wes is writing that question down, and just to remind Wes, this is a recorded space. All right, if you need to go back, we're on the 52-minute mark. Bob Crypto has come up asking to be a speaker, so I'm not sure if he's got a question, but I'll let him take the floor while Wes does the question.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. The only thing about the project with Inherity, it's called Safe Haven. So basically, they have like some kind of solution where you can manage, store crypto, and once you die, it's actually with a notary. It transfers to your children. So, but that's something like a dual. It's more complex than I'm explaining. But it means when you die, your crypto, your NFTs goes over to your designed beneficiary. Let's say it this way.
And in actual fact, if you wanted to go and listen to that podcast, it's on our website, Safe Haven. I can't remember what episode it was, but it was quite early. It's back on our website. as I said, all the material we do every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Matt, I expect you here every Sunday night to listen to some of the spiel that we come out with on a weekly basis. Now you're an England boy. We know where you live. We want to see you here every Sunday night with us. Hang out.
Bloody hell, Palace. Joe, well, I remember I was talking to a moderator from Safe Haven. And I was talking to a few projects concurrently at the time, and a few of them, it was all the same story. They were like, it's very low user base, the network's down, there's not a lot going on. Sorry, not network's down, but sorry, the network's not very lively. And I was talking to this moderator from Safe Haven, and I basically said, look, you're literally offering a product where people are close to death to then have their assets transacted. You're going to have to wait a few years before people get to that point, and then because there's a generation that's in this kind of innovation. You probably got about 20 years before that turns into like $1 billion project. So just hold out a little bit, you'll get there.
So Matt, is there anything I've not asked you tonight that you think we should have covered, or we haven't covered very well, or anything?
No, I think we've covered everything. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts to what I do. It's not a clear-cut business or project. It's very integrated into other things.
Which I might add, it's actually quite a good, unique tool really in itself, because you're not restrained by a white paper that says you'll be doing this, this, and this in this time frame. You're like a free, a free spirit, and you can develop however you want this project to go, which is quite a good, unique tool, really. So yeah, Matt, thank you very much for coming out tonight. Thanks for hanging with us. We've really liked, we've really enjoyed and learned a little bit about your project, which is really cool. And I hope everyone else down there has gained some information about your project. These spaces are recorded, so you can go and listen to the very beginning. This space will obviously also be on YouTube and the website. Thank you very much. Take care, keep safe, and be here next Sunday, 8 o'clock.